Hello there, my fellow TerraScape players. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to TerraScape, Episode 7, Weekly Challenges. So let's go ahead and try to max out our culture before we max out our we start working on knowledge. Unlocking all the culture cards. And I'm very close. I only need 60 points spent to get them. So there it is. That is the last culture card. It is the treasury. Checking to see if the treasury is involved in any of the patterns, and they are. But I don't know the other pieces. So without... so let's start working on knowledge, because I have the entire... So I have the entire fishing deck, I have the entire settlement deck, I have almost the entire basic food deck. And not community yet. All culture, not knowledge. So we can work on maybe community deck as well. I've definitely neglected my community decks. It'd be good to see if there's any locked cards that are involved in unknown community patterns. So a chapel should be a pretty high point gain. I haven't left a lot of room in the middle of like my developed urban environment to really take advantage of chapels. It's also not a terrible idea to consider taking on demolition cards and like blowing up some of the original lower point buildings for higher point gain. Let's see. 250 chapel will do. Oh, I'll take a special church. So here's the demolition that I'm talking about. So if we demolish like the markets here, I can replace them with much higher point gain, like churches. So this is like I lost 40 points to gain 510. That's like not a bad trade. Or lost 40 points to gain a 380 or 375. Entirely not a bad trade. So these demolition cards can be really useful when you want to go back over and replace. It'd be nice to unlock the last of the basic food to get my my cattle finally. So let's get that. All right, now we have cattle. And that gives us, like, smock mills and things like that. Because I was planning on putting cattle pastures here for, like, butcheries and the like. Alright, so now that we have the entire basic food decks, that does give us an undiscovered pattern for 2 parks, a treasury, and 2 chapels. So let's build that for the first time. So the parks are culture. So we got 2 parks, 1 treasury, and then the chapels are community cards. So there's 1 chapel. I don't have community as an option, so I'll take settlement. And community. Nope, didn't get it. Try again. There we go. So let's build one of these. And they're probably, I'm going to guess, going to be best to nest that around other settlement cards. So I'm going to develop up a decent area so that we can put this thing in a good spot. I actually already have 1 chapel here. So maybe what I could do is incorporate it into that chapel design. So when I put a treasury there, it will finalize. So I'm just going to build up the area a little bit. So it can benefit more. So here we go. Treasury in. And that has created a cathedral. So the benefit of the cathedral is 50 extra points, a free church card, removes terrain blockers, and urbanizes the area. So we have urbanized areas. Unfortunately, it kind of like deleted the mountain mining zones, but at least we have that. Some of the other undiscovereds. So we'll treat this this kingdom run as just like trying to unlock new decks for the cards. So currently, I have all but the last community building. So trying to max out my community deck would be wise. Oops. It's actually not what I meant to put down. I meant to put down the chapel. Because that gives me the hospital. And let's see if that's in any of the merged buildings. Nope. So this is obviously a mining tree. That I don't know. Totally don't know. Totally don't know. And then I don't know that piece either. The only things we haven't unlocked is the full knowledge tree. So I'm going to work on maxing out the knowledge tree now. So that we have access to it. The knowledge tree is going to require urban environments. So we have a boosted school. Well, that's a lot of points. And then an alchemist. So the alchemist has adjacency bonuses gaining from vineyards and cattle pastures and stuff like that. So it's better off to be placed over in areas like this. There's alchemy, and that gives us a library. The library likes to be around an unknown merged building, but there it is, discovered. So let's build one of these. So it's 3 parks, a tavern, a library, and a school. I have a school, I have a library, I have a tavern, and I don't have the parks. So for that, I need more culture. Shoot, I don't need any of these. Let's go community, culture. There, now I have it. I can place it here, but it's probably going to be best. Well, no, let's just build it. We'll treat this run as like learning new things. So let's put the parks in first. We have park, tavern, library, and I'll use the boosted school. And that generates the Citadel of Wisdom. 50 extra points. It allows me to clone buildings, to copy and paste them, and then it also urbanizes the area around it. And I will set it as a goal for myself to try to get all of the knowledge buildings maxed. One of the useful things about this this boost here is it does not count as any of its constituent parts, so it doesn't have like the negatives from any of the constituent parts. So it's as if I didn't put down a school or a library adjacent to it, which is kind of nice. Man, I have so many cards now. I'm just trying to lay down some urban blocks so that I can have boosted knowledge. So that's a pretty good school. And that got me really close. 190 away. Let's clone the school for a new school card. And there it is. The last one is engineer building. That is not involved in any of the currently unknown patterns. So I think what I'm going to do is wrap this one up and try to unlock some of those locked patterns as a goal. Because I could just keep placing things here until the end of the stream, but I'd rather unlock the currently undiscovereds, as I think that's maybe more meaningful. So, main menu. And you can see that this was the small tile. So, the amount that you can build on the, like, large Terra Kingdom tiles, I'll pick it for here, but there's no way I'm going to have time to fully build it up. So, we'll do the large... Or actually, you know what? Let's do the large hard Terra. So you can see that it's got devastatingly poor terrain. In fact, I'll do a small hard terra. So it's much harder to utilize the area that you are given. And my aim is to unlock the trees, so I'm going to be picking for myself, unlock the trees that we have not yet interacted with, which is the middle workshop and mining trees. So I want to get mining, workmanship primarily. Is there any monoliths? Yes. I don't suspect I'm going to have too many longhouse... Ooh. Oh, it's not very good. Oh, whatever. Too many longhouses on this map tile. So, I'm going to move on to forestry to work towards mining. There are not a lot of woods here. It's going to be hard to level up my forestry as a result. Yeah, these map tiles are much, much, much more difficult to contend with. You really have to, like, intentionally terraform them in order for them to have high point yields. And obviously, it goes without saying, but the card combinations are a lot more powerful than just, like, slapping down cards without combos. So I'm trying to work with the environment I have while also doing, you know, card combos. And there is the mining tree. So that's the one I'm going to really want to spend time in, because those are going to be the patterns that I've not yet unlocked. So here we are. We have the quarry. So 2 houses next to 2 quarries with a spot in the middle. So I'm going to start laying this out. So I'm going to want to get access to the settlement tree so that I can build these houses. And then there's also something in a pattern with the forestry tree that I have yet to unlock as well. But let's try to place these quarries down so that if I can put like 2 houses here and it will form the pattern there. But I'll also probably need to level up my quarry. Yeah, here we go. Level up my quarry so that I have access to whatever that is, because I don't know what it is yet. So high yield quarries is going to be good to unlock new things. So that gives me the iron mine. The iron mine was not in the middle there, but it was part of this pattern. So this is a mountain blocker, iron mine, and mystery. So to fulfill this pattern, I need 2 iron mines near a mountain blocker. So these mountain blockers... And I don't know if I have the right layout for doing this pattern. I did, let's see. That's a mountain blocker and 2 iron mines, and then whatever mystery in the middle can go there. It's not giving me a lot of points, but it is designing it in such a way that I could maybe make use of it. Okay. So let's keep working on the mining tree. Oh, here's a boosted quarry. That should be good points. So I'm working on something for this tile and something for this tile, so I can't fill those up. There we go. So now we have a stonemason. And that is the last piece that we needed for this structure. And that gives me the mining enclave. So the mining enclave gives 75 boosted points, removes blockers, adds stone, and generates stone. So it just filled up the area with stone. And now I have these blocker removers where I can just delete mountains if I want. Or whatever blockers. I mean, I could also delete... actually, it might just be mountain blockers. Does not work on rivers. Ah, I see. My mining deck now still has 1 left to unlock at 240 points. So let's just try to get as high yield mining progress as possible so that I can unlock the last thing. And all I need to do is not put something there, because that's the important spot. Oops. Getting a bunch of iron mines. These are really low point yield. But, you know, it's the hard map, so it stands to reason it would be more difficult. Ooh, another keep upgrade. I would like to work towards workmanship. But maybe I'll get community as well. Because there's some synergy with all these mini settlements that I built. So here's another stonemason. Ooh, that is a lot of points. Yes. And that unlocks the final iron smelter. So if I take a look at the merge buildings, the iron smelter would go here. So let's get one of those and learn this pattern. Iron mining camp. So the iron mining camp gives 50 extra points. It gives me the ability to place mountains. It gives me iron surrounding the tile and stone surrounding the tile. And that is... So all the last 3 undiscovereds aren't going to incorporate any of the decks I've seen so far. So if we take a look at the tree, they're likely... Because I haven't advanced the workmanship or trade, I think, or textile, they're not going to be included in... So I might be able to get to workmanship and unlock some of these, but the others might be locked because I would need to start at basic food, but that's a locked tree now. So we'll see how far we can go with the access that we have. Grand demolition. So I haven't actually picked one of these. What this allows you to do is to blow up an entire combo. If you really wanted to clear out a lot of space, I'm just going to put it back. I just wanted to demo. Oh, interesting. It actually formed a it formed a cottage arrangement in a different pattern than before. And it just did again. I mean, obviously, they all... those were valid, but, you know, I found it interesting that it created it very differently. These are really low yield buildings. Not helping me out much. Man, the terrain's hard to work with. Because I'm almost... The usable space, due to the terrain blockers, are just about full. I can start working on converting the terrain too, though. So it wants me to level up my forestry a little bit more, so let's try to get rid of the... or max out the forestry so that I can unlock a new type. There we go. That's the charcoal burner. Plop one of those down. Somewhere. So 5, B5. And I'm still pretty far away from unlocking a new deck. You know, I'm like 1,600 points away. I think I could probably bum rush it just by doing urban districts, because they're pretty easy to build and design, and quick. They don't require a lot of thought. And then I can drop some synergy there and make high point. There's the keep upgrade. See, I knew this was the fast way to do it. So, workmanship, finally. So the first workmanship card I have is pottery, or carpentry. And that is involved... That is not involved in any of these current patterns. So, going to the carpentry... the workmanship tab. Let's get one of them and start leveling it up, so we can get access to the better ones. So this likes to be near forest settlements or royal forests. So I have a royal forest here, and one here. Maybe this spot's the best spot. Oh, and I have a second one. So 65. And now that gives me pottery. So we've had pottery before, and that likes to be on rivers and charcoal burners. And that is also part of the merged building for the brewery, or distillery, I should say. But we don't have foodstuffs, so I won't be able to make a distillery, so that's kind of moot. So I'll just try to level up my my pottery as much as I can. And it really likes to be on rivers, so there's a bunch of river tiles over here and swamp tiles. So it's not a bad spot for it. Because of my lack of force, it's going to be hard to make use of carpenters here, but I'll see what I can do to max out workmanship as much as I can. And I am currently out of points. Probably don't want to put any more cottages down. I can't imagine putting mountains or removing resources or even making forests. So we'll see what kind of points I can make from here. I think I'm better suited to pick settlement here just because the bonuses I make from combined settlements gives me more. There we go. That's a lot of points to work with. And I get more carpenters because, of course, I really could use a potter. I don't know if I'm going to be able to level up my carpenter much further because of the limitations of this map tile. I don't think there's a good spot for my tavern either. Because the urban areas don't really care about taverns, so I'll recycle that. Recycle my wells. Let's see. Community. Yeah, there we go. They'll lose some points. Of course it gives me another carpenter. There's nowhere for me to put this, like, valuable. My community is only 20 points away, but I am basically out of cards. You know? Not really playing strategically. It might be possible to, like, make enough points for another card draw. What am I... No, I'm not going to make that much for cottages. So that gives you an idea of the merge buildings that I have left to do. So I didn't discover them or that, but those are probably in the other trees I didn't unlock this time around. There's a longhouse. And... Hey! I did manage! Like 2 points over. That's surprising. Let's see, what can I do here? Settlement maybe is the best? I should be able to make points back through settlement. Nope. And that is it. So this is what happens when you run out of points. It gets tallied. And I am going to go back to the main menu and see if I can't just bull rush some of the other choices that we avoided. Or, you know what? I'll show you the weekly challenge. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to finish it. But this is... So the replayability in this game is either if you enjoy the kingdom mode, which I just demonstrated, because obviously I'm out of scenarios and there's a finite number of puzzle terras, or doing the weekly challenges to try to get yourself up on the boards. This mode, obviously, so the rest of the game is very chill, and if you're trying to do the weekly challenges, you're obviously going to have to consider how to, like, min-max the most possible. So this weekly challenge looks like it's going to be about smock mills and farmstead and smock mills and ox mills. So I have a lot of wheat fields, cottages. So the wheat fields and cottages should probably make farmsteads, which then gets put down as cattle pastures, which then becomes smock mills, I'd imagine. So let's, rather than to overthink it because of the amount of time I have left, I'll start to make choices. So the first one is going to be where to put the cottage for the most bang for my buck for the first cottage placed, which might be here, to then turn that into a wheat field. But I'm going to want to remove... Oh, I don't know how to use these remove blockers. I don't really see... Oh, I see. You can put a cottage down next to one of the monoliths and then remove the blocker to gain... Because the trick is, there isn't a lot of, Yeah, I see. So maybe I'll do a cottage here, remove the monolith, do wheat field. That way, all 4 of those placements were high yield, and now I have a wheat field. Because the cattle pastures obviously don't want to be near other forests. So I think this challenge really is, how do you terraform the area to get rid of the the forest, so that you can put down cattle pastures which don't have the penalties of being next to forests. So if I did want to put, let's say, a cattle pasture here, I'm going to want to turn that forest in. Okay. And then a pasture, windmill, and bakery. Oops, not bakery. I'm making an ox mill. I'm definitely not doing this very well. I'm not going to be very high on the scoreboards. Ox mill. Because that ox mill didn't really convert the terrain in any beneficial way. Alright, let's try to make a smock mill next. So smock mills are a little bit easier to make, and I probably want to place the smock mill where the windmill will get the most bang for my buck, which means building another... Oh, but I'm actually out of... Yeah, I see. So I'm currently out of settlement cards. It's going to be hard to place these. So I'll probably put a bakery here. And then put as much wheat down to have a boosted windmill. Whoops. So there's the smock mill that then converts this over. That gives me granary that gets boosted off of everything else I place. So let's do one more smock mill. Here. Oh, I got a bronze medal. At least I'm not that bad. Granary. What do I have? Windmill, cattle pasture, wheat field. So I'll do another smock mill over here. That's a bad spot for a cattle pasture. I'll put it here. I have 3 wheat fields left and a cattle pasture. So I'll probably want to put the wheat fields down first. So wheat, wheat, wheat. Cattle. I did not place that in a place where I can really take advantage of that granary, though. So 165, 185. And then just recycle the rest. Was not a very good effort, but there you go. At least I got a gold medal. I don't know where that puts me on the boards, though. But yeah, I got, let's say, 2230. And I don't think I did a really good job there. But at 2230, you know, that puts me at, like, 28th place. That's not bad. I'll try one more with the time I have left and see if I can't do better with that weekly challenge. I think the terraforming effects of putting down smock or The terraforming effects of putting down the smock mill or ox mill. So the smock mill is more terraforming effects. So focusing on smock mill right at the start is probably going to be ideal. So I'll put a bakery first. Wheat. And then windmill, and eat the cost of a negative to convert the ground to lay the ground for good pastures. I'm gonna score lower, aren't I? I have that feeling. Remove the animals, the predators. I can't remove predators? Okay, fine. Remove the berries and the monoliths. Oh, okay, trees, whatever. Alright. So now that we have that down, let's go with so I have a bakery. Let's use this bakery well for another smock mill. And smock mill wants to be on grass. So we'll do windmill. Alright, and then I have 2 windmills left. And a lot of wheat fields. Yeah, I think I did a much worse job this time around. Although I will have the big granaries at the end. So what do I have? I have points for an ox mill now? Yep. So an ox mill likes to be near farmsteads. Okay. So 240 granary. So maybe what I'll do, I'd like to I'd like to put my granaries where... No, I could put them here. Yeah, way worse. I'll just hang my head in shame. At least it was still a gold medal, but I wasn't very strategic that time around. But it gives you, the challenges give you a way to just, incrementally improve upon your strategies going forward. But that actually brings me to the end of the stream, because I am just about out of time. Thank you for tuning in to TerraScape, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 23rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow viewers.